YouTube friends, it's Jerry from My Arts and Parts, and today we're going to talk about pens. I've been doing a lot of doodling lately, and so after I doodle a lot of time, I'll want to put some watercolor paint on top of my picture, and I've been very unhappy with some of the results that I've gotten because I've used a pen that maybe said waterproof or permanent, and it wasn't. So I got mad one night and I said, I am going to figure this out once and for all. So I took every pen I owned, and I'm just gonna, and that's not all the pens I own, that's just a fraction of them, but I took every pen I owned, black, and wrote them down on a piece of paper, and I used, real quick, I used this, this Canson watercolor paper, because I think that might matter what paper you use. And I wrote down the name of the pen, the size, whatever numbers, whatever information it had on it. Now, not all the pens, once you take them out of the package, they're not marked. Like Sharpie, for example, it just says Sharpie, fine. It doesn't say permanent, whatever. Sharpie happens to be permanent, for real, but it doesn't say it on the pen. Micron does say permanent on the pen, so some of them do, some of them don't. So I did the best I could. Anyway, I wrote it down, I numbered them, and then the next thing I did is I took my water brush and a paper towel, and I have a container of water here. I wanted to keep the tip really clean because I didn't want to contaminate the next one on the list. Okay, so I was pretty careful about this. So I started by kind of, in my mind, dividing the list in half. So the first half I was going to do one swipe with the water brush and see what happened. So that's what I did. And some of them on one swipe moved immediately. You can see on this side, like this really, where are we? See, moved immediately. So, mess. What a mess. Okay, so after I did that, the second side, I went back with my heat gun, and I thought, well, let me heat set it. Maybe it will make a difference. So I heat set the whole page for like 30 seconds. Then I went back with the water brush again, and this time I did one swipe to see if it mattered, like in a position like down here, the Pilot Precise. This one swipe was a mess. So I thought, well, maybe, you know, when it's heat set, it won't be as bad, but it was. And in most cases, it was just as bad. I think there was one, the food ball, I think that was a little bit better, but hardly worth mentioning. So, okay, so that's what I did. So I went back and did the second side. So what I found is a lot of the pens that say they're waterproof or permanent are not. Now, one of them even said dry safe. I don't know what that means. So what I'm going to do at the end of the video is I'm going to do a still shot of this chart so you can have it. You can write down, take notes or whatever, because I know I've wasted a lot of money on pens. They're very expensive. And, you know, if you're buying a pen and you're expecting it to do something, you want it to do something. So the ones that I found that I really liked that did not bleed, did not move at all, were the Pilot Multi-Ball, the Bic Market, Staedtler Lumo Color. Now, Staedtler makes a lot of pens, and you'll see in this column there's a Staedtler that's a mess, but the Lumo Color was a good pen. These pens are good. Let me just retract that statement. These pens are great if you're not going to apply water on top of them. I do love and enjoy using all these pens, but what I'm saying is if you want to put some kind of water media over your drawing, you want to know what's permanent and waterproof. Okay, so Sakura Micro Perm was a great pen for that. Uniball Vision Fine, Pentel Gel Roller for fabric. I thought that was really interesting. Now that I think you have to get like a fabric store, Joann's or whatever. Micron, Sharpie No Bleed is a really nice pen. Sharpie Regular, all the Sharpies are very nice. Copic Sketch. I got this new Sharpie. It's a refillable. This one was really nice. It didn't It didn't bleed at all. Tria Letraset, I'm not real familiar. I've heard of this name, but I'm not real familiar with this pen. Somebody gave me this pen, and it was a nice pen. It didn't bleed. So there you have it. I hope this information will help you when you're doodling or when you want to use some water media over your black pens. And if you have any questions or comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're not a subscriber, think about subscribing to my channel. I'm really excited about doing some more videos, and I hope to do them on a more regular basis. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, awesome day. And that's it for now. That's all she wrote. Talk to you soon.